Tonight on Reporting Scotland. It's thought to be the biggest strike over equal pay in the UK. 8,000 mostly female workers for Glasgow City Council take to the picket lines. Good evening. A dispute that's been simmering for more than a decade spilled onto the streets of Scotland's biggest city today as thousands of women council workers began a strike over equal pay. Primary schools, nurseries and care homes were among those affected. The action involves 8,000 women, but many of their male colleagues showed their support. The City Council described the walkout as unnecessary. Here's our local government correspondent, Jamie McIver.
It's been a day of serious disruption.
We want equal pay! When do we want it? We want it now!
This primary school was closed, as was every other one in Glasgow. Nurseries were shut too, and other local services were hit, not least the care service. 77-year-old Jessie Wilson relies on carers. They come in to help her at home every day. They give her medication and help her get ready to go to her daycare centre.
They come in the morning, they get my breakfast for me. Then when I go home at 4 o'clock, they come in about 6 o'clock. Then they come in about 8 o'clock at night. Help me for the day. I don't need any help to get to bed, but they just come down to make sure I'm all right. It's a great help.
Jessie's son helped her this morning, but she hopes the strike won't last. And so do the strikers. Thousands assembled ready to march.
We're only looking for equal pay. We're looking for what we deserve.
Oh, we need to fight for our rights. We're waiting for this equal pay for years and years.
They headed through the city centre towards the council's headquarters. It was the biggest strike to Scottish Council for several years, and unions say it's the biggest strike ever on equal pay. Two unions have joined forces, but with one message.
Well, I think the council themselves have dragged their heels on this, not us. They seem to be blaming us for this and blaming the women. I think that's a shame. I think that's a discredit to the women and their understanding of what the actual dispute is about. They've been owed this money for a long time.
But the council says the strike simply isn't necessary. The council leader insists they're committed to solving the problem. A problem which dates back to 2006, when Labour, not the SNP, were in charge.
I fully understand the frustration and the anger of these women. They have been discriminated against. They were discriminated against by previous administrations. We are really this close to agreeing that final settlement, their compensation, and then to removing discrimination from the council's pay and grading system for generations to come.
There will be another strike tomorrow. The unions say they could hold more later if there's no progress. The council says strikes won't speed up a settlement.
Well, Jamie is at a much quieter George Square now. Jamie, a strike mostly by women about equal pay, but they've received support from their male colleagues.
Indeed they did, Jackie. Of the 8,000 people who went on strike today, a small minority were actually men. There were plenty of men at the protest rally, and there are also reports of men having refused to cross picket lines today. It's worth remembering the background to this dispute, Jackie. This isn't about women being paid less than men who are doing the same job. Rather, it's about how wages in some jobs overwhelmingly done by women are lower than the wages in some jobs which are comparable, which are overwhelmingly done by men.
Thank you very much, Jamie.